Is it better to use a Roth IRA or a 401k? Which one is better? We're going to break that down and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Have you ever wondered what's better? Which is better to use, a Roth IRA or a 401k? Now, the Roth IRA gets a lot of attention. People love it. If you're just perusing financial articles, you're always going to find something that says, oh, here's why you should be using a Roth. Now, we get this question from time to time. Well, should I use my 401k or a Roth IRA? Which one's better, okay? Let's go through what you would consider. Let's compare and contrast, and then I'll share you the 3 questions you need to answer in order to determine which one's best. All right, tax advantages. Let's compare and contrast Roth IRA and 401k. Well, the Roth IRA, one of the benefits is when you make contributions into it, there's no tax deduction or benefit today unless retirement savers credit. Topic for a different video, but the growth in that account is tax sheltered and would come out tax-free once you're age 59 and a half in retirement. That's fantastic. So if you're younger and have a long time for these dollars to grow compounded, or if you're in a low tax bracket today, expect to be in a higher one in the future, Roth IRA it can be phenomenal, okay, from a tax advantage standpoint. However, 401k should have a Roth component to it as well. Okay, so they really should be the same. From a tax advantage standpoint, they should be equal. Your 401k should have a Roth component to it. Now, not all of them do, but the vast majority of them do. So Roth IRA or Roth 401k, really there isn't one that's better than the other from a tax advantage standpoint. What about contribution amount? Now that is advantage 401k. For a Roth IRA, your contribution limit is up to 100% of what you make with a cap of $6,000 a year. Once you turn age 50, you can put in an extra $1,000 to make that $7,000 a year. That's your limit, okay? A 401k, your contribution limit is also up to 100% of what you make with a limit of $20,500 per year. And the year you turn age 50, add another $6,500 on top of that, $27,000. Those are the contribution limits for this year, 2022. So to me, if you're trying to figure out, well, which one should I use based on I want to contribute a certain amount, to me, advantage 401k because your contribution limit is higher. What about investment choices? And we get this question a lot. Which one's better for me to use, 401k or Roth IRA, because which one is paying more interest? Okay, well, that's a misnomer. That's back when people used to go to the bank. People don't go to banks anymore. And you would see a bulletin board or something that has, CD rates on it. And banks would offer different rates for an IRA or for a Roth IRA, those sorts of things. Don't worry about that, okay? So investment choices, that one is advantage Roth IRA. You have a lot more flexibility of what you can invest in within a Roth IRA. Typically, you can invest in just about anything. Yeah, can't do life insurance or antiques, collectibles, those sorts of things. But you want to buy Tesla, you can do that. You want to just buy the S&P 500 index. You want to have a diversified strategy, you can do that. Within your 401k, there's going to be limits. You're limited on your investment choices. Typically, your 401k provider is going to have a whole list of target date funds or target retirement funds, and then maybe 1 or 2 investment choices within large cap stocks, mid cap stocks, maybe small cap, maybe international. It's hard to find a really robust selection of investment choices so that you can build out a well-rounded, diversified portfolio. So to me, investment options, advantage Roth IRA, you're going to have more choices within your Roth. What about flexibility and accessing these dollars even before retirement or in retirement? Advantage Roth IRA, it's more flexible. You've got more choice. You've got more ability to tap into it and use dollars. Not that you should, but just in case you needed to. What about ease of setting it up? That's advantage 401k, right? One of the advantages of the 401k is you can set it up very easy. Right now, most of them are automatic enrollment, okay? But then second, the money comes out out, your contribution comes out right out of your paycheck before you even see the money. Pay yourself first. With a Roth IRA, you're typically not able to contribute directly out of your paycheck. Your paycheck needs to land in your bank account, and then you can suck it out. So ease of use and flexibility, advantage Roth IRA. Ease of setup, okay, advantage 401k. So that's a little side-by-side comparison. Which one's better, Roth IRA or 401k? But guys, it all comes down to this. These three questions determine whether you should be using a Roth IRA or a 401k. First, does your company offer a 401k match? I mean, to me, that's where you got to start. If your company offers a match, you've got to at least do enough into the 401k to get the full company match. You can't leave dollars on the table. So, does your company offer a 401k match? Second, how much do you plan on contributing? That's the other one. If you're saying, well, I'm contributing 15% of my income, and when I do the math, that's 10 grand a year. You can't do the Roth IRA then, right? Or you've got to do at least both, because the Roth IRA contribution limit's 6 grand or 7 if you're age 50 or older. So the second question is, how much do you plan to contribute? That's going to help determine whether you should use the Roth IRA or the 401k. And then the final question is, how much income do you make? Are you even eligible to contribute to a Roth IRA? You can have your income above certain thresholds and not be able to contribute to a Roth IRA, but still be able to contribute to the 401k. So those are the three determining questions, right? We did the side-by-side comparison so you know pros and cons of each, but as it relates to you, whether you should be using the Roth IRA or 401k, you've got to answer those questions. Do you get a match? How much do you want to contribute? How much do you plan on contributing? And are you even eligible to contribute to a Roth IRA, or do you make too much money? Work with your certified financial planner. This question is a financial planning and tax planning question. Work with your CFP to see what your tax shelter strategy should be. Which account should you be funding? Which tax shelter should you be funding to optimize all 6 areas of your financial life? Because to me, the question isn't which one's better. The question is what's best for your situation. And for many people, this is what I do. I would hope the same for you. It's 401k and Roth IRA. It's both, depending on your situation. But for most people, it's not an either or question. It's a both. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.